Hey, how you doing? The Henry Olsen here from Super Simple Guitar, and welcome to another 5-Minute Friday. Short and simple little lesson that you can take, make your own, and have a lot of fun with over the weekend. So today I'm going to be showing you a very fun way to get through the chord progression of Angie, those first few chords. Let me play it for you, and then I'll show you what we're going to be doing. All right, so. All right, so that's the part that we're going to be doing, and I'm going to show you how I came about this. It's not exactly note by note as the original, but it's very close, and I'm going to be showing you kind of the ideas and concepts that I use to be able to get the sound out of this pretty basic chord progression. And it also has one of my favorite things to do, this little walk down from that F into a C, okay? So without any further ado, if you can't play bar chords, just so you know, this might be a little bit tricky for you, this lesson. I mean, it definitely will. You can do everything except the F. I'll show you how to play it like a baby F, as I like to call it. But to really get it to sound the way that I played now in the intro, you're gonna have to be able to play that bar chord, okay? But even if you can't, you're still gonna be able to get some valuable, ideas from this lesson, okay? I'm also gonna have a free tab for you linked above or under this video. Make sure to grab that. It'll be easier for you to follow along, and that tab shows you note by note, kind of like what I played in that intro, okay? All right, so let's just get into it. So the really cool thing and really memorable part of this tune that people really remember is this first little harmonic here, right? So if you've never played a harmonic, all it is you're hovering, you're not hovering, but you're basically just gently touching the string right above the 12th fret. Okay, so it always has to be 12 frets apart. If I were to hold down the first fret, then I do it on the 13th fret, right? So it has to be 12 frets apart. But in our case, it's going to be on the 12th fret since we don't have a capo on. And we're just going to hover, not hover, but just touch that string gently. No pressure, just touch it gently and pick it, right? And that's going to give you that sound. So we're going to do that, let it kind of ring out, and then go into A minor. Okay, and then it's just this gentle little down, 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 up, right? But what we're gonna do, and this is another really memorable part of the tune, is when you're on the A minor, we're gonna hit this A7 and then pull off, okay? So let it ring a little bit. See that? Down, 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 up. Down, down, up. Then we're going to go into A, and then into an E. Into an E, and then from the E into E7. Okay. So I'm going to show you this first of all just using strumming, and then after that I'm going to show you some of these things that you can do to embellish that strumming and make it sound a little bit more interesting. Okay. So one more time, A minor. See how that E7 also really creates that characteristic of the song, and it also creates motion. It wants to go somewhere, right? G, F. And now that thing that I showed you before, and this is one of my favorite things, really, I love how this sounds. You're gonna take these two fingers and you're gonna put them one string set down, okay? And then strum it. It's kind of starting. You can actually play all 6 strings, but I kind of like to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, something like that. So you're going to release the pinky after the first time, open, let's say 2, 3, 4. You could hit the 5th string as well. Play this, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But 2, 3, 4 sounds really good, okay? So from the F, we're going to go down, remove the pinky, and then that leads us perfectly into a C, okay? So one more time really slowly, and then I'm going to try to really show you some of these other cool arpeggiated notes that you can add in there, all right? So starting on the A minor one more time. See that? And I kind of used little dead notes in between there to buy myself time. So see that? So when I'm going down with these two fingers, I have a little dead note thing in there. And the way I'm doing that is I'm just releasing pressure with my left hand, right? And since it's happening so fast, don't overthink it. Just try to get there, and your hand will most likely automatically kind of go for those strummy notes in there to buy yourself time to make that change. So one more time on the F. One more time really slow. I even had the open A in there now when I did that walk down. Now, if this F chord is too much for you, you could play it like this. Okay, so instead of playing G into this F, you could go G into F, and then just add your pinky. Sounds really, really great actually as well. I like to play it as a bar chord because I like to get those lower notes in there, but you could totally get away with. Okay. All right, so once you kind of got that under your skin, get it, into your system, what you can do now is you can try to kind of arpeggiate the notes a little bit. And that only means that we're going to be playing them as single notes, right? So on the A minor, we're just going to play it strummy. But when we go to the E, see I have that little arpeggio in there, and that's what's going to be in the tab, okay? So for that, instead of just strumming that E major right away, I just hit the 6th string, and then I did this little single note arpeggio thing. And this is something you can really use your ear to play around with. But the notes that I chose to use were the 6 strings, 4, 3, so 2, 4, 3. So 6, 4, 1, 2, 4, 3. And then I hit the 7. Okay, again, this doesn't have to be note by note. It will be in the tab, but play around with this. Any combination really is going to sound good. This is one of my favorite things to do when I'm playing music, is just search for stuff, right? So one more time, starting on the A minor. Let me play the whole thing for you. I actually missed a note there, but you see it still sounded good. So that's just proving my point that don't be afraid to just go for it, right? Any note inside of this chord is going to sound great. Then when I go to the G, what I like to do is also, instead of strumming that entire chord, I'll hit the bass note first, and then I'll go kind of 1, 2, 3. Then I'll do a little dead note thing, buying me time to go into the F. I'll do 1, 2, and then I'll do that walk down thing. And then to get back, we could do this little walk down. So that's just a C, going into that B, back into A minor. So one more time, the whole thing. One more time, just so you can see how I don't play it the same every time. Sounds perfect. Okay, so you see I played through it a couple of times now, and it was never exactly the same, and each one of them sounded great, okay? So that's what I want to really encourage you to do, and that really is the main message between everything I really teach on YouTube or in general. I want you to really start playing music instead of trying to be a robot and just play everything with tabs. Use the tabs to, learn a note by note thing that's going to sound good, but then break free of the tabs and play music, right? Play music. Have fun, play. All right, so that's about that. It went surely over 5 minutes for today, but I hope that this gave you some inspiration, some ideas. And then if you want to learn the entire song, you know, I'll link it up where the tab is at my website. Then you'll be able to go there and find the entire chord progression with the lyrics and all of that. Okay, so don't forget there's going to be a free tab. You're also going to get a copy of my picture chord book, and I'll link over to the lyrics and the entire chord progression as well. All right, if you want to see more lessons just like this one, there's one right here, and let's keep hanging out. If not, then I'll see you next Friday with another 5 Minute Friday. Thank you for hanging out with me, and have a great weekend. All right, bye-bye.